to a guy with a bag? What's hard to a guy with cash? What's pain to like? Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Denver Broncos. To return it, here's Deontay Spencer. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Got a man. It's the rookie Jerry Jeudy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
First down, Broncos.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's brought down at the...
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Block. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Jets' 33-yard line.
2nd and 11 now. Block working out of the gun. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Open man is Gordon, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon McManus on for the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
45's the mic. I'm scared.
First carry for Darius Geis. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up. I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Darnold. Off to Geis on the screen. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Got a man, it's Brashad Perriman. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Now Geis trying to get to the outside, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Focus, defense, focus. We want this. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Here we go, here we go. 45 to Mike. Man, 80. No game on this defense, no game.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On fourth down, rookie Braden Mann will punt for the Jets. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
First and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there, we've seen.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and that'll bring up second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Second and 10.
Ready? Two times. We got three, fellas, we got three. Here we go.
They'll hand it down to Geis. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, with a minute 2 on 3rd down, you're a little off balance.
But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Darnold to Mims, first down Jets. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On first down. This is Geis down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Brought down by Alex.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily...
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Darius Geis with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
So now a fresh set of downs, first and 10 after roughing the passer. Lock on the give, it's Lindsey. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Henry Anderson there on the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Gordon on first down. And he stopped immediately there. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Locke throwing on second down. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Here's the third-year man from Oregon. It's Royce Freeman. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They'll look to run with Freeman. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Locke will try the sneak, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown.
Denver.
Drew Locke hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
And he returns this to the 22.
Barrios on the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He'll air this one out deep for Perriman. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Rashad Perriman, 76 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
5-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Brings up 2nd.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28-yard
line.
From the gun, it's Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Locke. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
For the Broncos.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And not his best effort there as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line.
42-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Geis. And some room to roam now. 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Darius Geis with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, and now it's 2nd down.
At the 21-yard line.
To throw again. Lock. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this throw will be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Lock.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Number 17, incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good, way wide to the left. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20.
Take over 1st and 10.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Darnold from the gun. And Darnold, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And now he's got him at a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
At the 2-yard line.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Jets are going to get the football back.
Turnover on down.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. It doesn't always work out, though.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Brought down by 1.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they...
Rush comes in, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll turn to Geis to start things out. And he's got some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Here's Geis. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Darnold. He'll air this one out deep for Perriman. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
First down, Denver.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
By the Broncos.
Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. After the turnover, here's Locke. He'll get this one to Patrick. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on second down. Locke, his throw incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. Third down here.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Broncos first down.
Clock now on first down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target, but it'll be second down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. back again, letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick, his second touchdown on the season. And now the Broncos are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2.
51's the mark. 51's the mark. Hey, let's get that ball, team. Let's get that ball. Lock it.
And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try and grab that lead back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Caught here by Griffin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
10 at the 42-yard line.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. This is Geis on a handoff left. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Darius Geis, the ball.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Darnold. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Second and 14.
Mike scored 2. Mike scored 2. 180.
Darnold to throw again. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
3-yard line.
Completion there to Brashad Perriman, and the best part of his game coming out of UCF, his ability to run. A sub-4.4 sprinter. They need him now in New York to replace speedster Robbie Anderson, who signed with Carolina. He's going to take over the outside vertical routes that Anderson provided, and they're hoping for big plays downfield.
Stop your whining. 43 is the line.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The tackle.
Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
43's the mic. 43's the mic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now again, running left is Geis. Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the 5, 2nd and 4.
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. No.
This is Geis. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are going to take the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them because of the incompletion. A very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The ball carrier.
Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or...
There he goes, left side.
They are not ready for us.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me,
the Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Lock. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
For Portland to Sutton, incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Lock working out of the gun. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the all-pro Stephon Gilmore. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick-6, and then the two-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense, everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jets, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And